Happy October 21st, and happy birthday, Anne Marie! Happy birthday to you. I hope you have an awesome day. You're never going to see this probably. You don't have Instagram. But maybe when the kids these days show you how to download Instagram on your phone, you will see this eventually someday. So we'll still say something about you at the end. Happy birthday. Your day of the Book of One Wellness. So what I want to talk about today is vibration therapy, which is just putting vibrations through your body. In simple, something that will affect electrical currents in your body. And could it actually have a beneficial effect on your health? Well, short answer is most likely yes, actually. And you can do vibrational therapy in a few different ways. You can do local vibration therapy where you just vibrate an area, right? You've seen those amp things, right? Not saying those work. But you can also do whole body vibration therapy where you basically stand on something and you hold these handles and it just vibrates your body and sends them in different directions through your body. Certain directions are more effective than others for the purpose of increasing bone mineral density, improving muscle strength, things of that nature. So, does it actually work? Well, the Russian space program definitely thought so. As in the past, and maybe they still use it to this day, they would put their astronauts through whole body vibration therapy after being in space because they had decreased bone mineral density, not weight bearing with gravity, which is the number one way that we increase bone mineral density, right? It's doing weight bearing things. So if you're in the absence of gravity and you're not bearing any weight, well, you could think bone mineral density, the body's very lazy, is not a priority for it, right? It doesn't necessarily need to have really strong bones. And so they were at a higher risk for fractures and things of that nature after they'd be done with their exploration, right? And so when they would come back, they'd have them do whole body vibrational therapy to increase bone mineral density and muscle strength, things of that nature. And apparently, NASA still uses whole body vibration therapy to this day for that purpose. So, fun little background story there. So, what are the benefits or purported benefits? We do need some more evidence to absolutely say that these things are true regarding whole body vibration therapy. But we have on the list increasing bone mineral density, increasing strength, improving blood flow and balance, potentially. Now, bone mineral density and strength are probably the top two in terms of what we have more evidence for. We're going to do a research breakdown tomorrow. We're going to go through a bunch of trials and, we'll dive a little bit deeper. We'll talk about exactly how much vibrational force you need and things like that and what the right? And the direction of vibration matters a lot too. Spoiler alert, if the vibration goes up and down, that's the best for improving strength and bone mineral density, which makes sense because we bear weight with gravity in this vertical direction for the most part, right? So I think that makes some sense. So aside from improving, again, strength, bone mineral density, blood flow, and balance, reducing back pain potentially could also increase back pain in certain people, so it's not for everybody. We'll talk about who shouldn't do it. What else do we have? Improving neuromuscular communication. So how your nerves communicate with muscles. So that's interesting, right? Because what it's doing by putting these vibrations through your body is it's affecting electrical currents. And affecting these electrical currents is a really, really big thing. I mean, so much is electrical really in nature when you break it down almost to the most basic level in chemistry and things and ion flow and all sorts of stuff like that in your body, right? Is so electrical. And you look at the example of grounding or earthing, for example, how the constant flow of electrons through Earth's crust, that constant negative potential that it's producing, electrons are negatively charged, are flowing through your body and stimulating things like your parasympathetic nervous system and reducing inflammation and stress and things of that nature. So there's a lot to be said for electrical impulses going through your body, things that produce heat like, and light and lasers and ultrasound and all that kind of stuff, right? It's electrical stim. Look at the effects it has on improving blood flow and rushing current for boosting strength. So a lot to be said for affecting an electrical current is the point here, right? So what direction is best? Well, again, it's vertical, up and down. They have machines that send it this way and that way and all sorts of ways, but apparently that's the better proven direction for promoting benefit in terms of muscle strength and at least in bone mineral density. Now, who should not do whole body vibration therapy. It seems really safe and it seems simple. But, another benefit before I get here that I almost forgot because we're just off the cuff every day here at When Wellness, is that it might also support fat loss, weight loss, right? I forgot it because that's only when it's combined with calorie restriction, so it wasn't that important to me. That's that would help you to lose fat or lose weight at least anyway when you restrict calories, so I don't really know how strong the evidence is for that. But wouldn't it be nice if you could just your fat away, right? That would be great. We'd all be doing that on Saturday and Sunday while we watch TV. But who should not have it? People that are pregnant, that have advanced diabetes or heart disease or are on blood thinners. Your doctor will most likely tell you it's not a great option. But for people that are, osteoporotic, and again, we're going to go into the exact force you would want, because I couldn't say that every vibration therapy machine would do something for you. I can imagine that the cheaper ones may not produce the same force. They may not permit it in the same direction. They may not be as safe where, typically the expensive ones, I was looking a bunch up, they, you'll hold on to the handles and they'll pretty much move your feet on some platform like that. But we'll talk about how long you do it for, the strength, all that kind of stuff, some research tomorrow, but some pretty neat stuff, I thought, right? I mean, who doesn't love that? Something that can improve strength, BMD, just by standing there and having vibration. Discuss it with your doctor before you try it, and do your own research and see if it's for you. That's what we got for you guys today. Happy birthday, Anne-Marie! Happy birthday! I think of you, I think of the Florida Keys. I always think of the Florida Keys. I think of not scuba diving. I would have that mask. I would just hold my breath. I always hated the snorkel. You know why? I can't go deep. I didn't like that. I'm diving 30 feet as a kid. But, I want to get down there 10 feet or, at least 5 feet or something like that, unless I had a monster snorkel. It wasn't happening. And I liked, I wanted to cover some ground while I was down there so that I could see all the shells in that really clear, amazing blue teal water. So what you got me were some flippers. And I remember picking them out, those blue flippers. I'll never forget that. I will never forget those blue flippers. And I might have said this last year or whatever, but I do remember that. So I always think of the Florida Keys when I think of you. I always think of going to Connecticut, going to you and Uncle Louie's house, hanging out with Brandon and Anthony, and trading Pokemon cards and watching some NASCAR with Anthony, which I never was into. But, he loved it, and I thought it was cool, I guess, But just spitting out stuff out of my brain right now, just what I can literally picture. You had that giant Olympic pool in the backyard there, remember that? I remember being a kid and thinking that's like the biggest pool I've ever seen in my life because I was this big, But, man, great memories with you. And I saw you last year in Florida when we were visiting in Fort Myers, and you literally looked the exact same as you looked when I was a kid. You look the same as you did 20 years ago. So I don't know, whatever your secret is, you can please share it with me. I'll talk to everybody in When Wellness about it. But God bless. You look great. You feel great. You're always smiling, happy. You're healthy. God bless you. I couldn't be happier to know that. And I hope you have an absolutely fantastic year this year. Enjoy it. Happy birthday. Your day in the book, When Wellness. Who is on here? She's 80 today. You're 80? Oh my God. 80 years young, huh? You look great at 80. Jeez. I'm shocked. That's fantastic. I guess it makes sense with the family, everything. Good for you. God bless. Yeah. You must be having a lot of extra virgin olive oil and blueberries and leafy greens and beets and things of that nature. Fernando Gomez, how are you, my friend? God bless you, Charlie Benaldez. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know, Ma. It's crazy. How you doing, Ma? I love you. And Tony Homestead. Meg, what's up? Happy Saturday. Killer K, how you doing? How you doing? Tony Parker. Ma, it would be great for you. I was telling you that. Tony Parker, Josh Winter, Greg Hopper. I'm Jesus Garcia. What's up, brother? Charlie Benaldez, Jojo, Jess Canoble. Nice to see you on here. Agmeow. We got some new faces. I love it. What do you guys think of When Wellness? You hate it. That's why you're here. I think it's stupid. DJ Forto. Gouda Island. What's up, brother? How you doing, Anthony? I asked that though seriously because I like to know anything you guys would rather us, talk about, or at least additionally. We do what we do, but happy to alter things so that everybody gets more out of it, and everybody, could always get better. That's what we're looking to do every day. So, that's why we do new research every day and talk about something new, and we're just looking to get better. So you tell us any way you think that could happen. Pellavanin. Malcolm, what's up, brother? Hot since 89. Mano Salva. And this one's also for Edwin Eddie Rodriguez, because he was the first one on today. Thank you, Edwin Eddie Rodriguez. I hope you have a fantastic day today. Happy Saturday, man. You're an OG on here, on all the time. Have a great one. That is all we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Gonna scroll down really quick, see if there's any ways we can prove that people said they didn't. What's up, Stefan Apple Blue? And so we'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a great one. Thanks a lot. Have too much fun doing this. And happy when wellness. See you later.